welcome to Aapki Kahani with Nimbu Pani Season 2. Today we have our very first guest, Dr. Yatri Thacker. She's a homeopathic physician. She's a stress counselor. She does counseling from pregnancy to parenting. She's an expert in that. And she also a founder of Baby and Me. So what is Baby and Me? I'm going to ask Dr. Yatri Thacker, and welcome to Aapki Kahani with Nimbu Pani.
Thank you, Simiji, for having me over. It's a great pleasure to be here. So yes, I'm the founder of Baby and Me programs and also Homeopathic Healing Center. And what do we do at Baby and Me programs is I take these customized, prenatal sessions for the expected moms, and also deal with postpartum depression, which is again, something which has not been explored, and I have my expertise in that. And then post-delivery care and children from 0 age to teens, they all come with their parenting issues and physical ailments. So that all I include and call it as Baby and Me programs.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm sure there's a beautiful journey behind coming from homeopathy to stress to starting your own clinic and these sessions. I want you to share your story with all our women out there and inspire them.
Yes, we all have a story, and I think every story inspires us to do a little better. So I always wanted to be a doctor, so here I am as a doctor. But my first learning process came, there was an earthquake in Kutch in 2000, and that time I come from a family of doctor, and we went to help the victims of the earthquake. And there I realized that I had a major role to play which I didn't know that I was about to play, and that was there was a lot of chaos there. And so say a patient would have a fracture of right hand, but an x-ray of the left hand was taken. There was no coordination. People were looking around in chaos which doctor to go to whom. And there was this 9-month-old baby whose leg was amputated and didn't have anybody to look after them. And besides him, I saw this lady who also didn't have her own family, and somehow they both came together as a family. Now, but what happened in that is I realized that I could make the patients feel better by about 60% just by talking to them. And that's why my story or exploration started. So I did my post-graduation psychology. For years I imbibed or brought in homeopathy and counseling together.
Yeah, so beautiful. I think you realize your strength.
Yes.
In a difficult situation, and you feel that's your strength.
Yes, because our mind is so powerful, and it can really create what we want it to be. So it can create disease if there is something wrong. It can also out-create or throw away the disease if it wants it to happen.
So I'm sure you have a story to bring it forward. That is how you started your Baby and Me programs. Now we hear that how you got into homeopathy and counseling. So
Yes.
What is Baby and Me?
So you're right. There is a story behind how I brought about this Baby and Me programs. So as I was practicing being a homeopath and a psychologist doing stress counseling, during that journey I had 2 kids, and again during my pregnancy I was very happy with my daughter, but post delivery I had the gynac would give me some kind of knowledge or practices to follow. The pediatrician would tell me something else. I picked up a lot of books on pregnancy, went on the net and googled, but yet nobody was there to give me practical help. And I went through a lot of hiccups taking care of my first child. That's again when I started thinking that there are a lot of people just like me where this gap which is there between the doctors and what the patient actually goes through, and that gap has to be bridged together. That's how I've become an international childbirth educator. And yes, have the inception of Baby and Me programs.
So these are, you can conduct online sessions also if someone is pregnant and
Yes.
she wants to connect with you and they need some support.
Yes.
So there is a way.
Yes, so I practice holistically.
Okay.
So say if somebody is pregnant and they would approach me, we do online sessions. At the same time, if they have any physical ailments, you know, again during pregnancy, having acidity or morning sickness or constipation or having skin, you know, allergies is very common. So I give homeopathy for that, give them a diet chart which they follow and work holistically towards them. Now this is for pregnancy, but also for homeopathy I do the same. You know, holistically I would approach in the sense, like say if a patient comes to me for say a backache issue. So the firstly is important the backache, where and how it started. So the diagnosis is very, very important for any physician, being a homeopath or anybody. So diagnose the patient rightly. Now through diagnosis, say if they have any kind of, you know, slip disc or any other issue, you treat them accordingly. But if all the reports are normal and nothing is there, I go a little deeper and find about her mind. And most of the time, 90% I would find out that it has to do with some kind of story of that patient. They go through some kind of problems mentally or stress wise or in family or financial problem, and when you take that further and counsel them, guide them, and if it's even deeper, say for example if they have some blockages in subconscious mind, so we don't do it knowingly but unknowingly, and help them through healing sessions, give them a diet chart with medical knowledge, guide them through, and that's how I help them and cure.
Oh, this is fantastic. So Dr. Yatri, I see that you've got some awards in 2018 and 19. I'm sure these awards make you feel very good about it and give you some feedback that you are on a good path.
Yes.
Then I see that you've written some articles. So can you tell our viewers where they can read your articles and what kind of articles you are covering?
Yes, I've written few health related articles, especially in Bombay Times, in DNA, in magazines like FEMINA, Mother and Baby, which is a UK based magazine in that. And my topics would basically run around the mind or the baby and the, you know, parenting. So I've written an article on forgiveness, on insecurity. In Mother and Baby magazine, I've written about, you know, something called a subconscious sleep. Then, you know, postpartum depression. One article on infertility is coming soon.
Wow. So where is that?
So that's again coming on Mother and Baby magazine, which is in the next edition. It's coming soon. Okay. Yes, and regarding the awards, I've got few. Yes, it gives good recognition. But I would want to mention the recent ones which I got through BABYCHAKRA as the Heroes Doctor 2019. And also I got Excellence in Homeopathy Award through the Indian Professional Health Award.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure these validations keeps you going and you feel good about it. It just motivates you and keeps you encouraged.
Yes, totally.
So Dr. Yatri, now lastly I would like to know, and everyone I'm sure must be finding it very interesting, where to find you and how to get in touch with you. Can you share with everyone?
Surely. So I'm practicing in Mumbai since last 18 years and I practice in Wadala, but I also do online consultation. So you can reach me on my website www.dryatrithacker.com or also on my FB page, Baby and Me programs, or Yatri Thacker Baby and Me programs. You can also find me on this platform, www. It's a platform selflessly made by Simiji and Rachna, and it's especially made to empower women. So of course, you can find me here too and ask any kind of queries or connect with me. Lastly, I want to quote something for you all beautiful people, is health is just like money. We don't value it till we completely lose it. So please take care of your health. I'm here to help you holistically and happily. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.